Well, you all know what this is. It's another live review of another new episode, which was last night's episode. So let's get started into it. So let's start with Pretty. To be honest, Pretty is still hurt, you know, and she hates the fact that she's still in love with Rehasa. Like, there's nothing she can do about it, and she hates that. She really hates the fact that she's still in love with him. And there's no switch off of feelings. You can't say, let me just turn off my feelings just like that. You can't do that. And it's really difficult for her, which I totally understand. It must be difficult. I've been there before. You can't just turn off your feelings as if they don't exist. So, as much as she wants to leave Lhasa or just get away from this whole messy situation, she can't. She only she can't. She physically can't leave Lhasa because she is in love with him, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like she literally can't do anything about it, and I feel sorry for her. I've been there. I know how it feels. It takes time to just ignore your feelings for someone, and for her, they're quite deep. They're really deep. They just can't disappear in one night or a day or so. So I get it. I honestly get why she's so conflicted about these feelings. Um, she's having second thoughts about her relationship with Lahasa, which I think she is allowed to have second thoughts about this relationship. After all the hurt, despair, turmoil that she has been through because of this relationship, she has every right to second guess it. She has every right to have second thoughts about this relationship because all that it has done so far is hurt her in ways that I don't think she can be able to recover from, Like the trauma she's been throughout this relationship, it's ridiculously hard. Like, it's hard for anyone. But for a young girl like Pretty to endure such misery at her age, something that she can avoid, is just too much. It's too much for her. So she has every right to second guess this relationship. And Lahasa has no right to make her feel like, oh, I love you, but don't leave me. I need you. Look, she has to protect her mental health. She has to protect herself first before she can protect anyone else. So, for you to say, I need you, please don't go, don't leave me, you're giving this young woman a responsibility that she has no right to have because you should be responsible for your own happiness. You can't count on Preeti to be your happiness. She has to take care of herself first and then she can take care of you. She has to be responsible for her own happiness, which she can't do because you are putting so much pressure on her, which she has no right to have. You need to be responsible for your own happiness. Do not rely on Preeti to give you that happiness. Do not. She's young. She's still figuring out this life thing. You're already all grown. You know how the world works. She's still figuring it out. So for you to put so much pressure on her and tell her that you need her. No, you want her. You don't need her. You want her. She needs her family. She needs moral support, emotional support from her family, which she's not getting because she chose you. She chose you over her family. But all that she needs right now is support. She can't be what you need. You need to be responsible for your own happiness. You can't ask her to give you that happiness. You can't need her. She needs help. She needs to take care of her own happiness, her own mental health, which she needs to take care first before she can take care of anyone. So for you to say, "Oh, I need you, don't leave me," that's just too much of a responsibility for her. Like, what the hell? I said she decided to give the hustle another chance. Like I said, you cannot turn off your feelings. She cannot turn her feelings off for Lhasa. That's why she decided to give him a second chance. Did I see this coming? Obviously. Pretty loves Lhasa in ways that she cannot control. So I'm not surprised that she decided to give Lhasa a second chance. Am I happy about it? No. I'm not mad at it. I'm not like feeling some type of way. But I just wish that she could stand her own on her own 2 feet and realize this love that she has for the Hassa is damaging her in ways that she will never ever be the same again. Like she's compromising every fiber of her being for this man. Like I said, love is blind. Okay, love is blind. It will make you do some crazy shit, and this is what Preeti's going through right now. She's so love drunk that she's she doesn't know what she's doing. She just passes over. She's like a ghost that is just there existing. She's a shell of herself. Like the way she is right now is not the same person that she was before. You know, she was strong. She knew who she was. She knew what she wanted to be, which was a lawyer. But the minute she got involved with Lehasa again, everything went left. Everything was just horrible. It went horrible for her. It went downhill from there. Like, look, I ship this relationship so hard. I love it. I totally love this relationship. But when you see it on the other side of the coin, all that this relationship is doing is damage Preeti, her life, her education, her mental health. Everything is going downhill because she loves this person to the point where she's willing to destroy her own life. That is just crazy just thinking about it. It's too much for a young woman to have that kind of responsibility. While she's still figuring out what she is, who she is, and what she wants to do. I mean, that's too much. Still on Prita said she hates the fact that she's in love with the Hassa. Like she can't get rid of those feelings, and I get why she's angry. I get why she's upset. Like I said, you can't turn off your feelings, and she hates the fact that she can't do that. Like it's impossible to just say, "Let me turn off my feelings" just like that. It's not. Speaking of Lhasa, I said here, he wants to make it up to Preach. Now, I understand why Lhasa wants to make it up to Preach because he knows she's distraught. You know, she's going through a lot because of him. You know, he's realizing that he could have avoided all this mess if he only owned up to the fact that he was the father of Pretty's unborn child. But now that it's too late, he wants to make it up to her because he feels guilty. He feels responsible for her pain, her turmoil, you know, everything that Pretty is going through right now is because of Lhasa, and he realizes that. So he wants to make it up to her, which I respect, but it's too little too late for me. It's too little too late. You can't erase the past. You can't say, let me backtrack whatever I've done to her. The damage is done. All you can do is move forward and tell her that this time I won't do what I did to you. Okay, I'll take responsible for whatever comes our way, your way, and I'll protect you. That's all you can do for her right now. You can't make up for what you've done. What's done is done. There's no turning back from that. So I get why he says he wants to make up to her. It's something that he feels guilty about, and he has every right to. Um, he declares his love for Preeti once more. Like, yeah, you love her, so what? This is all that I hear from Lahasa all this time. I love you. I love you, Preeti. You mean the whole world to me. Yes, you love her. I get that. But what is this love doing for her? What is this love giving back to her? What is this love going to do for her in the long run? Like, what's the purpose of this love? I get that you love her, but what is she gaining from this love? Except pain and trauma that she cannot even get through right now. Yeah, you love her. She loves you. But this love you guys both have is destroying Preeti in ways that I don't think she realizes how much. She's gonna realize when it's too late that this love that she has for you and the love you have for her is too much. It's toxic. As much as I ship this relationship, to be honest, when I'm looking at it right now, this love is toxic. It's actually toxic. Really thinking about it, it is for her and for Lahasa. But for selfish reasons, Lahasa loves Preeti. But Preeti, obviously, she's young, she's naive, she's in this little bubble that she cannot obviously pop because of this love that she has for Lahasa, but it's toxic. I love them together, they look cute on screen, the characters are beautiful, but this love they have for each other is toxic for Preeti. Let's be honest here. This is how I see it. He tells Preeti she's hold on. She tells Preeti that she is the woman for him. Yeah. You can say every word in the book. You can say all these nice, pretty stuff to Preeti. She's the woman for you, whatever. But the fact still remains. This love you have for each other is toxic. It's hurting Preeti. And she has no other way to get out of this because, like I said, you can't erase your feelings. It's nice that Lahasa says Preeti's the woman of his life, his world. It's really beautiful. It's poetic, matter of fact. But the fact still remains. It's toxic. It's destroying Preeti's life mentally. She can't do anything but just be there and exist. She's a shell of herself because of this love. But I respect you for saying you love her. And she's the woman for your dreams. I get that totally. But honestly, I think this is actually destroying Preeti in ways that I don't think she'll ever recover from. Like, the trauma that she's going through, she hasn't really processed it yet. And it scares me how naive she is right now. It scares me because once the reality sets in, it will be too late for her to like really figure out how am I gonna get out of this? How am I gonna kick myself out of this mess? It's too late. He wants to make her feel special. So the only way he knows how to make Preeti to feel special is to invite her to the relaunch of Cafe Revua. So, and I want you to be my date. I want you to be like the star of the night. How these words are beautiful. They are beautiful. It's so sweet. Amazing words coming from Lahasa. But the fact still remains. Khewzi is still in the middle of this. Khewzi is an obstacle you cannot get rid of. Like, she's even hesitant to go there because what if Khewzi comes to the relaunch? And what happens if she decides to destroy that relaunch because of her anger? We know how unpredictable Khewzi is, so you want Pretty to come with you to the launch while Khewzi is there, or she might even come. Like, do you see how crazy this is? This is gonna be a mess. This launch is gonna be a mess. I can see it coming from a mile away. I honestly can. He asks his uncle to accept preaching. So obviously Pumolo has like he likes Preeti with Lhasa, but he does not want Preeti to be involved in the way she is right now. So he's making Preeti feel isolated, and Lhasa does not like that. And he's like, please accept the fact that I love this woman and just treat her the way I want you to treat her. I love this woman. I love her. I love this woman. Please respect my decision and just support me and treat her well. Finally, Lhasa stands up for this woman, for this young girl. Like finally, he stands his ground and says, "Look, I want you to respect her. She gave up her own family for me. So please give her the respect and the courtesy she deserves." That's the first time I saw Lhasa actually declare his love for Preeti the way he did in front of his uncle. Now I want them to go public. I want them to go exclusive. I want the world to see that Preeti is not a homewrecker. It was actually Lhasa who decided to pick her over Khewzi. That's what I want to do. I want them to see that relationship at the relaunch. Matter of fact, actually, I changed my mind. I want Preeti to go there with Lhasa so that they can see that it was actually Lhasa who chose Preeti over Khewzi, and he's the one who said, "Look, I'm in love with Preeti, not Khewzi." That way, Preeti can actually be treated the way she deserves, which is, look, she's not the only one who played a part in this. Lhasa also played a part in this. She's not a homewrecker. She's not a gold digger. She did not choose to be in love with this person. And Lhasa does love her. So she has every right to be there with Lhasa. That's it. Now, I touched on Khewzi a little bit. I said she plans to go to the relaunch, which is going to be a whole drama by itself, which is bad. We'll see how that goes on tonight's episode, but it's going to be a mess. A whole mess. Let's be honest. Khewzi going to create such drama at that relaunch. I'm not even ready for it. She wants to get rid of Preeti with any means necessary. This woman, oh my God, she's vexing. She's really vexing. Leave this young woman alone, for goodness sake. For goodness sake, leave this woman alone. Leave this young girl alone. She did not do anything to you. Okay? Blame Lhasa, not her. Stop trying to kill this girl. Stop trying to destroy her life. Yeah, you're crazy. You're insane. Ugh, but still, please leave her alone. Leave this child alone. Leave her alone. Please. How dare you say you want to kill her? You want to deal with her permanently? Excuse you? Excuse you? Really? Like, Khewzi is actually vexing me so much. It pisses me off. It actually pisses me off. Finally, I sit here. She wonders why Lhasa has decided to set the date for the wedding, for the Lobola negotiations. Yeah, all of a sudden, Lhasa decided to set a date for the Lobola negotiations, which is obviously something that he already decided to do, but she's surprised. She's wondering why he did it, because he knows that if he sets the date, it will tame her a little bit to make sure that Khewzi doesn't do anything irrational. Maybe, I don't know, but she's also suspicious on why he decided to do it now. You know, she's questioning the motive behind him setting the date, which she has every right to, because he knows how Lhasa works. So she's not really surprised, but she's cautious about it, and I get that. Um, she knows that Lhasa is planning something. Obviously, he is. Like, he wants to get rid of Kwezi, which is a surprise, which is not really a surprise to me. And Kwezi is being careful about it, because you know that if if she's not careful about it, there's a possibility that Lhasa might do something huge, and she does not want to be in the crosshairs of Lhasa Maposa. Speaking of Lhasa, obviously Herbert went to Lhasa and told Lhasa that Peterson knows everything. Speaking of Peterson, he has lodged a complaint about one of the officers, Herbert, in trouble about him being a snitch. He's compromised the whole police station, which is something that it was about to happen. I'm surprised it happened right now, but Herbert went straight to Lhasa and told Lhasa. So the walls are caving in. The walls, the walls are caving in, and Lhasa has no way to run. He has no way to go, which is something that I knew was gonna happen. We'll see if Herbert, Pomolo, and Lhasa will deal with Peterson permanently, because that's what they want to do. But if they do kill Peterson, it will prove that Lhasa is the killer and Peterson was right about him. So he needs to be careful in how he deals with um, Peterson. I hate this Herbert. He's a snitch. He's a corrupt cop that we all see in South Africa, all around the world. We all have these corrupt cops. This is why we cannot trust the system, because of people like him. We will never be able to trust the system, the cops, whoever, because of this stupidity of a cop. You decided to protect and serve, but what you're doing is not protecting and serving. You're literally destroying people's lives and endangering the lives of other people, like Peterson, like Fanny. So you expect people, your community, to respect you and trust you while you're doing this. Never. Never. This is why people don't trust the government, the system, because of this bullshit. Excuse my French. But hey, it is what it is. But we'll see what happens on tonight's episode. A lot is really happening. You know, storylines are being built over here. There's so much. There's so much I want to review. But I think I'll review tonight's episode tomorrow. But like I said, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I hope you enjoyed this review. Actually, I liked it as well. Don't forget to click on the notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. Peace.